Hello, I am Peggy Anderson, Chair of the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County Board of Trustees. Welcome to the first virtual ADAMH annual meeting. This is just one of many firsts we have experienced this year at ADAMH, in our community, and in our country. We started 2020 with a new CEO, Erika Clark-Jones. One of the reasons the search committee selected Erika as ADAMH's new CEO was her commitment to collaboration and innovation. This commitment has been critical during the pandemic as our entire community has learned that mental health and addiction resources are essential during this time. Together, we have all learned how to work in new ways. We've adapted to ensure that people have the mental health and addiction treatment and recovery resources they need. Thank you to those who work to provide and protect these services in our community. You'll hear more about some of the amazing people and programs in our community when you meet some of our award recipients. I would like to thank my fellow board members who serve on the ADAMH Board of Trustees for the commitment to providing accessible and affordable mental health and addiction services in Franklin County, and for their leadership in recognizing racism as a public health crisis and committing to ensuring equity will guide our work moving forward. I would especially like to recognize outgoing board member Sharon McCoy-Reichert for her years of service on the Board of Trustees. Sharon most recently served as vice chair and has served in many roles during her time on the board. She has dedicated nearly 10 years serving as ADAMH trustee, serving terms from 1981 to 1984, and serving this time around since 2014. Now, I have the honor of introducing City of Columbus Health Commissioner Dr. Mysheika Roberts. Dr. Roberts leads a team of nearly 500 public health professionals who are focused on neighborhood-based approaches to address the social determinants of health to decrease the health disparities that exist in our community, including our community's most critical health issues such as infant mortality, the opioid epidemic, tobacco use, and obesity. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Roberts.
Good evening, and thank you all for being here. I am so pleased to join my friend and CEO, Erika Clark-Jones, Board Chair, Peggy Anderson, and all of you for ADAMH's annual meeting. Thank you so much for having me. 2020 has been a challenging year as we face a once-in-a-lifetime global pandemic. Ongoing civil unrest caused by the senseless killings of African Americans, and a divisive election for our nation's highest office. As 2020 begins to wind down, we all have been adjusting to our new normal. Celebrating important family milestones like birthdays, holidays, graduations, and weddings virtually. Working remotely and educating our children at home. Watching sports and our favorite teams like the Buckeyes at home from the comfort of our own couches instead of in the shoe with 100,000 other fans. Holding meetings and important milestone events just like this one virtually. And helping those with the brain disease of addiction as they deal with not only their condition, but the added stress of isolation from friends and family, job losses, getting the critical support they need in a new and different way. Indeed, these are challenging times for all of us as we adjust to the new normal of our lives in 2020. This year, we've all faced challenges most of us could not have even imagined possible or even plausible in our lifetimes. But these challenges are magnified for those suffering with addiction. COVID-19 and the isolation and social distancing that comes with it increases the potential for risk-taking with drug and alcohol use. As you know, boredom and loneliness can trigger addiction, and the added stress from the pandemic and resulting life changes can contribute to a relapse in addiction. Many individuals are using for the first time to try and cope with stress and the uncertainty. Others are using again after not using for months or even years. And because of the social isolation, people are using alone, where there is no one to administer Narcan nor call 911 to save them during their overdose. As a result, our community has seen a dramatic increase in overdoses during this pandemic. In the first quarter alone of 2020, there was a 50% increase in overdose deaths. Just let that sit in for a second. And it was a deadly summer, as nearly every weekend we saw a surge in drug overdoses. In one weekend alone, just a few short weeks ago, we had 32 non-fatal overdoses and 7 overdose deaths in a little over a 24-hour period. We are in the middle of an overdose crisis right here in our community. In response to this immediate crisis, Columbus Public Health has implemented several new initiatives this summer. First, Columbus Public Health started a mail-in Narcan program to help reach those who are isolated at home and reluctant to come to naloxone distribution events. And we increased the number of Narcan kits distributed to individuals who responded to our risk assessment as being highly susceptible to an overdose. In addition, we also increased our pop-up Narcan sites with community partners such as the Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, the Columbus Division of Fire REACT Team, and Southeast Incorporated. Additionally, we conducted walk-in for recovery events all summer long in neighborhood locations to provide Narcan, fentanyl test strips, hepatitis A vaccinations, HIV, EIS testing, and referrals to medical detox and treatment. By meeting people where they were, we were able to engage and assist almost 30 individuals per week. Many of them were people we never would have been able to reach otherwise. While these are important and timely ways to prevent overdoses, our work is far from over. This crisis cannot be solved by one person or one organization alone. It takes all of us working together to address it. It takes a strong collective commitment, a commitment to saving as many lives as we can today by working to prevent addiction in the first place tomorrow. But we do not do this critical work alone. You, each of you, are important partners. Columbus Public Health is pleased to join all of you as we work to address the addiction crisis right here in our community. Remember, addiction is a chronic relapsing brain disease that people neither choose nor want. And in order to help those who are already addicted and to prevent people from becoming addicted in the first place, we must start from the understanding of the brain disease and its tragic impact on individuals, families, and our entire community. It is the only way we can begin to break the stigma that prevents people from getting the help they so desperately want and need. The addiction epidemic is a public health issue, and we must address it with the same understanding and commitment as we have with other epidemics, such as HIV. We are so fortunate to live in a community where so many people and organizations get it and are committed to this work. ADAMH is one of those and a lifeline in our community. ADAMH is critical to helping our residents find affordable, quality addiction and mental health services. We simply could not help those who need it most without ADAMH and its system of partner agencies who are on the front lines every day doing this critical work. Our residents with substance use disorders count on you. Their loved ones count on you. Columbus Public Health counts on you. And our community counts on all of us. Together, in the coming months, we must build upon our existing infrastructure and leverage community resources to maximize our collective impact on this overdose and addiction epidemic. As we continue to battle COVID-19 and its impact on those suffering from addiction, our work and our response is more important than ever before. While we continue to adjust and find new ways to reach and engage those with addiction, we must continue the tools at our disposal, including public health surveillance on drug overdoses, EMS runs, and deaths. This information will help guide our community in understanding and responding to this devastating disease. Columbus Public Health is proud to lead the Columbus and Franklin County Addiction Plan to guide our community's efforts together with all of you. We are working to stabilize the crisis in the short term while offering important long-term prevention strategies. This Community Action Plan is our roadmap, and it will help guide us during the COVID-19 pandemic and the new normal that awaits for all of us on the other side. What we learn and achieve together will help us address the changing needs during the pandemic and offer the best solutions for addressing the addiction crisis in our community. We must remember that change won't happen overnight, because it never does. But we are committed to this work and to doing whatever we can to make a difference to the moms and dads, sons and daughters, friends and colleagues who find themselves in the grip of addiction. We don't know what the future holds and how COVID-19 will impact us or our community. We don't know how long it will take to get a vaccine. We can't count on ever going back to life as we knew it before COVID-19. But while there are many uncertainties, we know we can count on ADAMH, as well as our community's commitment to helping those with the brain disease of addiction. They and our entire community are counting on you. They are counting on all of us, and we cannot and we will not let them down. Thank you for all you do to protect the health and improve the lives of everyone in our community. And thank you for having me here today.
I am honored to present each of our 4 ADAMH annual awards this year, beginning with the Extraordinary Mile Award. This year, we are excited to honor the Center for New Americans, CNA, with this award. Columbus has the largest Bhutanese Nepali population in the country. CNA, created through North Community Counseling Centers, serves this population with 7 Bhutanese Nepali staff members. Having staff who are also members of the Bhutanese Nepali community has enabled culturally appropriate engagement to meet their specific needs. CNA runs school prevention groups, provides visibility by attending community events, and offers certified interpreters who provide cultural advocacy in addition to eliminating language barriers. They also partner with the Mid-Ohio Food Bank to hold fresh produce markets. This always flexible team adapted during the pandemic by making educational videos filmed in Nepali and posted on Facebook. These heartfelt and creative communications allowed CNA staff to secure the safety of those in the community. Please join me in thanking the Center for New Americans for going the extra mile.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you for recognizing and for this special honor for this incredible award. We are so thankful to ADAMH Board and NCC for providing the opportunity to start the CNA. CNA was born out of a great need and only happened when our CEO Katrina Crane said yes to help the Bhutanese community when everyone said no. We are honored to receive this award and are so excited to continue the important work we're doing. We'd like to thank Yolanda Board for all the support. Thank you to all other nominees for the hard work and providing services to the people. Thank our awesome team, Bhim Mishra, Ganesham Luitel, Surya Kanal, Normaya Mishra, Deepa Giri, and Tara Acharya for the diligent and extraordinary work they do every day. Thank you. Dhanyabad.
This next award is named in honor of the late Barry Mastrine, who was dedicated to providing community service and improving the lives of people affected by mental illness and addiction, inspiring countless others to follow in his footsteps. This year's honoree is Asid Dahir, the Somali Outreach Team Lead at the Buckeye Ranch. Through Asid's collaborative efforts, new working relationships have been created with many other Somali agencies. He has become an excellent role model to the Somali youth, families, and collaborative partners. Asid's nominator states that Asid's amazing positive attitude and spirit provides us all with hope and perseverance, even in difficult times. Asid is a sought-after trainer and speaker in our community and has presented nationally regarding mental health challenges and achievements in the Somali community. Asid has worked extensively with the Somali youth, expanding their local and national leadership opportunities, as well as developing school peer support groups in over 8 schools, along with providing schools with Somali trainings and support to staff. Congratulations, Asid Dahir. We are honored to present you with the 2020 Barry Mastrine Award, and we are grateful for your dedication to our community.
Hi, I'm Asid Dahir from the Somali program at the Buckeye Ranch. I want to say thank you to the ADAMH board for selecting me this year as the winner of the Barry Mastrine Award. This award means so much to me personally, to my organization, and to my community. It means that our work has been recognized with distinction. This is going to even motivate us more to do greater things in the next coming years. And our goal is to make our community of Central Ohio a more inclusive and equitable one. And this is going to allow us to accomplish just that. So I want to say once again to the ADAMH board and those that have nominated me for this award, thank you. I'm grateful and humble and gladly accepted this award. Thank you.
This next award, in honor of the late Randall M. Dana, recognizes an individual that has shown a commitment to ADAMH, its system of care, our consumers, and family members. This year's recipient of the Randall M. Dana Award of Excellence is STACEY Adams. STACEY built and launched the Women's Empowerment Group with North Community Counseling Centers after serving as a school-based clinician. The Women's Empowerment Group serves women who may be experiencing addiction, domestic violence, unplanned pregnancies, low self-esteem, or other challenges specific to the female experience. The program serves as a bridge to help participants gain a better quality of life by providing support, skill building, education, and the real-life help they need to gain independence and handle life's challenges. STACEY has partnered with other organizations to reach women from a multitude of backgrounds and cultures who have all been able to understand and support each other due to their shared experiences and struggles. She did not let the pandemic stop her, instead taking her services out of traditional settings. STACEY's focus during the pandemic has been on self-care, managing anxiety and depression, and teaching healthy coping skills to those individuals in her group so they are better equipped to get through this global crisis. Please join me in honoring STACEY Adams with the 2020 Randall M. Dana Award of Excellence.
This is STACEY Adams with North Community Counseling Center. I just want to say thank you again for the Excellence Award. And I just want to say thank you for North Community and our CEO, Katrina Kearns, for just believing in me and just the program in itself. We started about a year ago. We're empowering women out there in the community. And I just want to say thank you to my whole team at North Community for their support. And I'm just honored to receive the award.
The Art Lynn Consumer and Family Advocate Award is named on behalf of Dr. Art Lynn Jr., a longtime Board of Trustees member at ADAMH and a cherished advocate in our community. This year's recipient is a perfect example of what the award represents. As the lead peer supporter with the Maryhaven Addiction Stabilization Center, DARYL works closely with consumers and families to promote positive and successful completion of the Maryhaven Withdrawal Management Program. DARYL works tirelessly to develop and train new peers while also working closely with clinical leadership to improve programming. Outside of his role at Maryhaven, DARYL also works as a house manager and as a domestic abuse counselor. DARYL has been a contributing member at the Crisis Intervention Team trainings for first responders, sharing his own experience as an individual in recovery in hopes of helping first responders develop compassion for addiction. DARYL strives to ensure that peers play a role in the clinical footprint by providing group facilitation programming, having a presence in interdisciplinary meetings, and working to develop a standardized training program for new peers. It is with great pleasure that I present DARYL Irvin with the 2020 Art Lynn Consumer and Family Advocate Award.
Hello. I would like to thank those that nominated me for this award, for recognizing the hard work I do in the community with our clients and people that suffer from drug addiction and substance abuse disorder. I would like to thank Maryhaven for their warm embrace, for their empowerment, and for the opportunity to give away what was so freely given to me. I would also like to thank the ADAMH board for allowing us to provide such a valuable service to our community. I am extremely honored for being nominated and receiving this award. I never would have imagined in a million years that I would have found a job that gave me such purpose and self-fulfillment. Honestly, this is just the icing on the cake, because I get to wake up every day and work alongside and with people who look just like me, helping them to recognize their strength, overcoming obstacles, and investing in the one thing that's going to yield them the highest return, themselves. Watching someone who has literally lost everything, taking steps to get a better quality of life is truly an amazing thing to be a part of. They remove barriers, they get their self-efficacy, their self-reliance, they become independent, and they become productive members in our community. Thank you so very much for this honor.
Hello, I'm Erika Clark-Jones, and I serve as the CEO of the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. Thank you for joining us to hear from our very own Columbus Health Commissioner, Dr. Mysheika Roberts, and to celebrate our award recipients as a part of the ADAMH 2020 annual meeting. It has been a difficult year for everyone in our community. And yet, these award recipients continue to give more of themselves to provide and protect mental health and addiction services in Franklin County. ADAMH is thankful for these passionate and caring people. Throughout the pandemic, we have continued to see some of that same commitment and passion from the people who work for our partners within the ADAMH system of care. The ADAMH network is where better begins, even and especially during this global pandemic. When COVID-19 kept people at home, our providers made the pivot to the use of telehealth services and providing services online so that people could still receive the critical care that they needed. When community members took to the streets to protest the inequities faced by Black and African Americans in our community, our providers stood with ADAMH and declared that racism is a public health crisis that demands action. When Southeast Rapid Response Emergency Addiction Crisis Team, or REACT, could no longer go into emergency departments to connect people with timely treatment resources, they began sending outreach teams into the community and assisting with naloxone distribution and linkage to treatment. NetCare's crisis line shifted to become a number anyone can call for emotional support during these times. When the Peer Center had to temporarily close public access to its drop-in centers, they expanded their warm line so that people in recovery could still receive support from a peer, someone with lived experience. When Concord Counseling could no longer visit with clients in person at the start of the pandemic, they formed a parade of cars to drive past supportive living sites, to wave signs, and provide encouragement to the residents dealing with anxiety and isolation. When many of our prevention providers and summer camp providers could not gather with students and their families in the traditional ways, they made the shift to distribute food and basic supplies or by offering camp opportunities online. And Maryhaven moved forward with the opening of their new central intake department to make it easier and more efficient for patients to access addiction treatment. These are just a few of the many examples of how ADAMH providers have remained available and continue to serve clients even in the most unpredictable circumstances. ADAMH providers and the care they offer in Franklin County are essential to creating a safe and healthy community for everyone to live and thrive. Yet the strength of this network is dependent on Franklin County taxpayers' ongoing support. ADAMH's current $2.2 million property tax levy provides more than 71% of ADAMH resources and expires in 2021. Levy funding has made it possible for our providers to work collectively as the behavioral health safety net for our community. The levy millage for ADAMH has not increased in nearly 30 years since 1991, yet the number of people seeking help has grown dramatically since that time. ADAMH needs additional funding to address the increasing need related to the opioid crisis and the devastating suicide rates affecting Franklin County. This election cycle, Issue 24, requests a 5-year, $2.2 million renewal levy with a $0.65 million increase to support ADAMH. This increase will not only maintain vital services, but serve to help our network meet the growing demand for care and Franklin County's increasing population. The vision for ADAMH is one that includes a continuum of behavioral health care in our county that is nimble and focused on collaboration, responsiveness, equity, and quality. To achieve that vision, ADAMH is soon to launch a comprehensive community assessment to ensure we identify and plan to address unmet behavioral needs and gaps in services. The following tribute recognizes individuals who work in the ADAMH system of care, those who give all of themselves to ensure everyone has safe access to critical and supportive mental health and addiction services in our county. I extend my deepest gratitude to our county's essential behavioral health workers on the front lines all across our community. And thank you for your continued support of ADAMH.